What's going on, team? What's going on, team? Welcome to tonight's isolation session for February the 4th, 2025. Test the audio out real quick, make sure that we're good. Test, test, test. Perfect, I hear myself. Hope you guys have had a great day today, right? As always, this is the isolation session. This is the session that we do every day, Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. But I am starting this a few minutes early. I have a few things to take care of tonight, so gonna do this session, then I'm gonna go take care of a few things, and then we'll be back again tomorrow morning for the live trading session. We'll give everybody till 6:30. We'll start at 6:30, so I'll give everybody 5 more minutes to join. The pairs we're going to be going over today are the ones you see on the right hand side of the screen, starting off with AUDUSD, finishing off with US oil. We will be going in order from the top to the bottom, starting with AUDUSD, EA, EU, ECAD, GA, GCAD, GJGU, US30, USDCAD, USDZAR, gold, Bitcoin, and then US oil. Once again, isolation session, we'll go over the daily time frame, right? We'll update our daily highs, daily lows if we need to, look for any continuations if we have any. Do the same thing in the full hour. We'll trade our 4-hour highs and 4-hour lows, see any continuations, look for any engulfing candles. Same thing in the 30-minute high, 30-minute lows, look for any engulfing candles or look for any continuations to get our charts ready for tomorrow's morning trading session. Give me 1 second, guys. Again, guys, before we start, if you guys have any questions, any pairs you guys want me to go over, any questions in specific, any pairs, any entries, anything at all, just let me know. The guys who are watching the recording, you guys also, I know you guys have a lot of questions sometimes. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Message me on Discord whenever you guys watch the recording, and we'll request we'll do a one-on-one session, no problem. Alright, so let's get started. So we'll start with AU first. Right, AU, we know we're still in A2. We're in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third and final push for price to reach our previous peak low territory. Right, we know that before we could even consider price going lower, we needed to see a valid break of structure below our daily zone, and we didn't get that. Right, we had testing candles, right, we had inducements, and then price started giving us higher highs and higher lows. Right, and we'll see that in the 4-hour and 30-minute time frame. Right, in the 4-hour we went from lower low, lower high to higher high, and then price gave us an inducement lower low with that gap that we had from the beginning of the week, and then price started to push back to the top side. Right, so right now we have no continuations in the 4 hour. Right now, all we're expecting is for price to give us a pullback back to the top side. Right, price gave us a gap at the top of the market. We're still expecting price to come up and fill this gap before we could go down. But we know that we also have this gap at the top of the market once again in the 30-minute time frame that we are expecting price to pull back to and fill before price goes back and gives us that third push all the way back down to the bottom. Right, so no continuations in the daily, no continuations in the 4 hour. Right, what we did have in the 30-minute, which we'll see in the 1 hour time frame as well, we had a 1 hour engulfing candle, or I'm sorry, we had a 1 hour time frame engulfing, which we'll see in the 30-minute, right? But we were talking about the zone, right? This is not a valid engulfing candle based on the fact that, yes, even though we're in an overall downtrend, right now we can see that price is rejecting the lows, right? So because we know price is rejecting lows, we already know that price is not going to be using these engulfing candles to go back down, which is why you see price coming up and almost hitting stop losses for the people who took these trades up here at the top side. Right, we know we have 2 days of rise going counter against the trend, so this is one pair where again I'm just taking a step back and I'm waiting for price to fill these gaps up to then look for my trades going back down to the bottom. Right, so AU right now taking a step back, not really going to be trading it. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me respond to a message real quick. One second, guys. Alright, so EA, right, and EA will speak about what we were talking about this morning, right, why this engulfing candle was not a valid engulfing candle to continue, right. So we know that in the daily time frame, we are in V2, we're in the second zone consolidation in an uptrend, right, and right now we're still waiting to see if price wants to give us a break of structure of our highs, right now we're still at the highs where price is rejected and went back down, rejected, went back down, came back to the top side. We still haven't gotten a rejection, right, price still hasn't really tapped into our highs. Right, in the 4 hour time frame, we know that we don't have any continuations. We had a week of no net last week. We had a little zone consolidation where price finally gave us a break of structure, came back down, retested, but price still hasn't given us a change of character or break of structure to the top side. We can still see that price is giving us lower lows and lower highs, and we'll see that more clearly on the 30-minute time frame, right, where price is giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So once again, every single strategy you will use in the market, it all has the same rules when it comes to market structure, right? You can't look for a double bottom entry, right? You can't look for a double bottom entry when price is still giving you lower lows and lower highs. You can't look for a double top entry when price is still giving you higher highs and higher lows, right? It's the same way that you can't trade an engulfing candle, a bullish engulfing candle when price is going downtrending. The same way you can't use an order block, right? A bullish order block when price is bearish, or vice versa. Right? Every single strategy in the market is the exact same. So again, following the trend is very, very, very important. Again, we spoke about this entry. We had a few people in the call this morning, right, in the stream talking about, oh, we have an engulfing candle. Could we use this zone to continue the push to the top side? Right? And no, it is an invalid engulfing candle. So then we know that yesterday we had a no net day. Today, price gave us another no net day where price is just moving sideways. We had lower low, lower high, and lower low. So now our 30-minute highs and 30-minute lows is going to be this lower high over here and this lower low over here, which we're going to be using the body of this red candle and the wick of this green candle, the lowest point in the market for right now. Right, so EA again, I'm very interested in EA. I'm going to keep a very close eye on EA. I would love for EA to start giving me change of characters and break of structures to the top side to continue to look for that push back to the top side. And what I'm looking for now is an engulfing candle. We don't have any of that. Nothing in the 4, nothing in the daily, nothing in the 1, nothing in the 30 minute. So again, I'll be looking for those change of characters and break of structures to be given in those time frames, right? In the 30 minute, in the 5 minute, and the 1 minute. We know that in the 5 minute, we were trading lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price gave us higher high, higher low, right? Higher high was also not a valid higher high. Price then came back down and gave us a lower low, lower high, lower low, right? And we know that we're trading between this 5 minute high and this 5 minute low. Here was good, Lorenzo, right? So what we'll be looking for is for price to break these highs, right? If price could give us a change of character, if we could get that break of structure right after, we'll be looking for that retest to continue that push back to the top side. So EA again, I'll be taking a step back from it, but I'm going to keep a very close eye on EA for the NYC session. For EU, daily time frame, we know that we are in V1. We're still in the first zone consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. Right, we're at the bottom of our zone of consolidation. These are going to be our safety trades, but again, we want to start seeing change of characters and break of structures to the top side. Right, we're still seeing lower lows and lower highs in the daily time frame, no continuations. In the 4 hour, we have 3 weeks of rise, last week being a rise drop. Could we expect price to give us a 4th week push? Yes, it could happen. However, the pullback that we had was so steep, and we had a gap in the market that started this week, which resets the trend. So while yes, we could be expecting price to continue to push to the top side, we have to think about the other side, which again, these gaps that reset the trend, price could simply just go back down and follow the internal structure, which is lower lows and lower highs, which you'll see lower low, lower high, boom, lower low. We had a day of rise yesterday. Today price gave us a second day of rise. Could we expect price to give us a third push? Could happen. Right? It could happen. Would love to see a pullback before anything else. And we already have price fill this gap up, so at this point we could turn that off and we could add our another horizontal rate for a 372. Again guys, any questions, just let me know. 30-minute gap, that's not right. This is a 30-minute engulfing. My bad. When did I write that? Who didn't correct me yesterday? Is that a gap right here? No, it's not. Okay. Take a step back. Do we have any engulfing candles? Nothing in the 4. Nothing in the daily. Nothing in the 1 hour. So right now the only engulfing candle we have on EU is this 30-minute engulfing down here. EURCAD daily time frame, we are in V1. We're at the top of the zone of consolidation and the first zone of consolidation, looking for that second push to the top side. And again, very similar to the other pairs, guys. What we're looking for here is a break of structure first to then continue, right? We're looking for the break, the retest to then continue. But we have a gap again at the bottom of the market, which I would love for price to fill this gap up first and then continue the push to the top side. No continuations in the daily. In the 4 hour, very similar to EU, we have 3 weeks of rise. On the 3rd week, gave us a rise no net. Could we expect price to give us that 4th push? Again, the fact that we have a gap that started off in the beginning of the week, reset the trend, I'm not expecting price to push up to the top side, right? And you can see that price started going right back down to the bottom, right? In the 30-minute time frame, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, boom, lower low. So we know that we're trading between this lower low over here. I'm going to use the body of this red candle, the wick over here, and this lower high over here. And then we had a day of drop, so right now we have 2 days of counter drop going against the trend. So very similar to EA. Before I could take a trade on this pair, I want to see a change of character, break of structure. But before anything else, again, I would love for price to fill this gap up first. So if price just continues to trend down, then that's okay. We'll let price move. Once we fill this gap at the bottom of the market, this is where I'll start looking for price to trend back to the top side. Right, so for right now, just going to take a step back from EURCAD. But again, going to keep a very, very close eye on this pair. GA in the daily time frame. We're in V2, right? We were in V2. We're in an uptrend. Price broke above our zone of consolidation, gave us a higher high, looking for the retest, right? The higher low, and now we're looking for price to continue the trend back to the top side. No continuations in the daily time frame. In the 4 hour, we have 2 weeks of rise, this week being the third week. Price, as soon as the market opened, skyrocketed back to the top side, and then started trending down, giving us lower lows and lower highs. Now, could this lower low, lower high just be a pullback to continue the push to the top side? It could be. Right, we know we have higher high, higher low, boom, higher high. So we're still trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. And then for today, price ended up giving us a day of counter drop. So again, same thing that we're looking for on every other single pair. What we gotta wait for is a change of character, break of structure back to the top side. And right now in the lower time frames, we had lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and we're still trading now in the 5-minute time frame between this high and this low. So before I take a trade, I need to see the change of character, higher high, higher low, break of structure, higher high, higher low, and this is where I'll start looking to take my trades to go back up to the top side. Right, so for GA, gonna have to sit on our hands just for a little bit. Right, maybe tomorrow we'll start getting those pushes. I want to see if we have any engulfing candles, nothing in the daily. In the 4 hour, we have an engulfing candle here that price tapped into last week to give us that push back to the top side. In the 1 hour, nothing in the 1 hour, and then the 30-minute, nothing in the 30. So we'll keep a very close eye on GA as well. GCAD, right? We're in an overall uptrend. We had push number 1, first zone of consolidation V1, push number 2, and this is where we're at right now. We're still in level 2, right? In an uptrend. No continuations in the daily time frame. We're still trading between the previous higher highs and higher lows. On the 4 hour time frame, we had higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high, right? So we know that we're trading between this 4 hour high and this 4 hour low. And same to the other pairs, right? We have 2 weeks of rise, this week being the third week. Price gave us that third week push to the top side, and then price plummeted back down to the bottom. And again, we had a gap that reset the trend anyway. So we already know that this week, price could definitely just continue that push back down to the bottom. Now, the only difference between GCAD and the other pairs is that GCAD right now is still technically in a higher high, right? I would love for GCAD to just give me a pullback back down to the bottom, very similar to what it did the last 2 times in the last 2-3 weeks that we were trading. And then we'll start looking for our trades from the bottom, going back to the top side, right? Right now, no engulfing candles in the daily, no engulfing candles in the 4 hour. In the 1 hour, no engulfing candles either. And on the 30-minute, we were still making higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher high, then price came down and gave us a change of character, lower low, right? I'm at a point where I don't want to call this lower low, lower high, lower low. All of this is part of the same trend, right? All of this is part of the same trend, and we're trading between this low and this high, and we have 2 days of counter drop. So once again, I'll be looking for the same thing: lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. I'm looking for price to give me a change of character, break of structure, right? So I need to see price break these highs, give us a change of character, retest, break of structure, higher high, higher low, retest, and this is where we'll get into trades going back to the top side. So just gotta be a little patient, guys, just a little patient. That's all it takes in this game of trading. You got the patience, then you win your trades. Right, so we'll wait it out. Once we start seeing price trending into our direction, that's when we'll start taking trades. Oh, GJ's moving early. Do we got a top gap on that? Let's see. Or a top wick on this candle? I don't think so. Daily time frame on GJ. Right, GJ is still in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market. We're still uptrending. We're still making higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Price went up and then started giving us a little zone of consolidation in the lower time frame, right, in the 4 hour. In the 4 hour, we have no continuations. We had a week of rise, then last week a week of drop. We're still trading between the previous higher high and higher low. right? And we're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation. At the bottom of the zone of consolidation, before we could continue to see price push up to the top side, we need to start seeing higher highs and higher lows, right? We were trading lower low, lower high, lower low, boom, higher high, change of character, right? And we know that we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low over here at the bottom. We had 2 days of rise, today being the third day. Price gave us that third day push and then finished on a no net. So could we expect price to give us that fourth day push back to the top side? Would be ideal. What I don't like about this fourth day though is we're above the 800, right? And just look at these highs over here. Just gonna mark up these highs here, right? Look at how many times price tapped into these highs and never gave us a break. Just tested, gave us exhaustion candles. This is already letting us know that price is not ready to continue that push to the top side. So with that being said, just got to keep a very close eye on GJ. See what price wants to do, and then we'll start taking those trades. We have no engulfing candles in the daily. On the 4-hour time frame, no engulfing candles. Nothing valid. Right, in the 1 hour, we had a nice little push to the top after this exhaustion candle, but no valid engulfing candles on here either. And then nothing on the 30. So right now, again, just gotta take a step back, wait for clear structure to be made, and then we'll start attacking the markets. GU is looking good. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Right, we finally got a change of character in the 30-minute time frame. On the daily, we're in V1, right? We broke out of the first zone of consolidation to start that second push. Let me take a sip of water, guys. Give me 1 second. Right, so we got our break of structure. We got our higher high. We were looking for a higher low to be set. We got the higher low that's set. We know we had a weekly engulfing candle. And this is exactly where price started turning back around, right? And we'll see that turnaround in the lower time frames. Right, on the 4-hour, we're still trading between the previous lower low and lower high, so we still want to be a little bit patient with this pair, right? Because could price just continue lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, to then continue back into a lower low? Absolutely, right? Our 30-minute time frame, however, by the way, we have no engulfing candles in the daily, nothing in the 4-hour. Let's check the 1 hour. No engulfing candles in the 1 hour either. And on the 30-minute, at one point we were trading higher high, higher low. Higher high, lower low, change of character, lower high, lower low, and then price finally gave us a change of character back to the top side. And again, after a change of character, what am I looking for? I'm looking for the break of structure. So once GU gives me that break of structure, that's when I'll start taking those trades. And we know we're trading between this 30-minute high. Zoom in. We're trading between this 30-minute high and these 30-minute lows. We know we have 2 days of rise. Could we expect price to give us a third push? It could definitely happen, right? Would love for price to give me a pullback, right? Would love a pullback somewhere in this area to then continue the push to the top side. But we'll have to wait for price to give us that indication, right? Could price just consolidate here and then give us that push to the top side? 100%, very similar to what gold did, right? So we'll mark this as a 372. And we know we'll be looking for price to give us that push back to the top side. Do we have another pair with a 372? I believe we did, right? Was it EU? Yeah, EU. Very similar structure with EU and GU. So, gonna definitely keep those two pairs on our watch list for tomorrow's trading session. Let me actually daily watch list 0204 watch list EURUSD 372 going long, GBPUSD 372 going long. Perfect. US30, the dirty 30, the sweetheart of the week. Thank you. Right, so US30, we know we're in peak high territory. Again, we had push number 1, first zone of consolidation, push number 2, second zone of consolidation, and push number 3 all the way back to the top side. right? So we know we're in the highest point in the market. We know we have all these gaps at the bottom of the market, but that's okay. We know that eventually price will come back down. However, very similar to what we were talking about in yesterday's weekly market breakdown, or yesterday's isolation session, right? US30 at this point, especially because it's a index, especially because it's a US based pair, with all these things going on in the government, we know US30 is going to continue to push up to the top side, at least for a little bit more, right? So with that being said, we just got to continue to follow the trend. Right now we know we're at a higher high. We're looking for a higher low to be set. Once the higher low is set and we start getting change of characters, break of structures back to the top side, then we'll start taking trades again on US30. We had 3 weeks of rise, last week being the third week, right? Gave us that new high. Then price this week opened up with a crazy gap, gave us a push back to the bottom, and then went right back up and filled that gap, which was the entry that we took from yesterday's trades. Right now we have no engulfing candles, nothing in the daily, nothing in the 4-hour, right? Nothing in the 1, and in the 30-minute, no engulfing candles in the 30-minute. We had a little engulfing candle here at the end of the day, but this is not a valid engulfing candle at a higher high, right? If we would have had a 372, it would have been a different situation, but we have a day of drop instead, and that's okay. We know that the trend, we're making higher high, higher low, higher high, then price went right back down and gave us a change of character, lower low. So we know we're trading between this 30-minute low and this 30-minute high up here at the top side. So once again, with US30, just going to be very patient. This has been a pair that in recent weeks, price has just been opening during Asia session, and we're getting the move as soon as the market opens, right? So this is a pair where I've just been taking a step back from, especially today. We spoke about this, right? I wasn't confident at all to take any of these trades, so just gonna wait for price to let me know what it wants to do, right? Does price want to respect the 30-minute structure where we made a lower low, make a lower high to continue into a lower low, or do we want to respect our daily and 4-hour market structure where price is still making higher highs and higher lows, right? So just gonna be patient, gonna wait for continuations to be made, gonna wait for change of characters and break of structures to be made, and then we'll start attacking the charts again. USDCAD. USDCAD is moving. I told you guys. Once we reach peak high, we're gonna start looking for those shorts. Right? All we gotta wait for now is our confirmations, right? We want to see change of characters, break of structures in the lower time frames. In the higher time frames, we want to start seeing lower lows and lower highs. Right now, we're still making higher highs and higher lows in the daily. In the 4-hour, we have a week of rise, no continuations. We were in a zone of consolidation. Price pushed to the top side. Didn't really give us a clean break. Obviously, we had that push to the top side with the gap that opened up for this week. And then as soon as we reached peak high, price melted right back down to the bottom. Right? No engulfing candles in the 4-hour time frame. On the 1-hour time frame, we do have a small engulfing candle here. Yep, and it is valid. That red candle does have a wick. Right, so let's mark this up. Bullish, or I'm sorry, a bearish engulfing candle. So we have a 1-hour engulfing. And on the 30-minute time frame, we had a day of drop yesterday. Today, price gave us a second day of drop. Could we be looking for a 372 going short? Could happen. Right, we know we're trading higher high, higher low, higher high. Then price gave us a change of character, lower low, back down to the bottom. Again, before I take this trade, I need to see a pullback. Without a pullback, there's no trades. Right, and we know that we're trading between this 30-minute low over here. I'm going to use this entire zone, the body of this red candle and the lowest candle, which is that wick. Right, so again, we're trading between this 30-minute high and this 30-minute low. USDCAD is definitely going to be one on my books to keep an eye on. USD ZAR daily time frame, we know we're still in V2. We're still in the second zone of consolidation, looking for that third push to the top side. But once again, we know that we have this gap at the bottom of the market, very similar to what EA looks like. Right, I want to see price give me a pullback back down to this gap to then continue the push to the top side. Right, we have no continuations in the daily, no continuations in the 4-hour. Right, we know that in the 4-hour we had higher high, higher low, higher high. Price then went down and gave us a change of character, lower low, and we're still trading between that previous change of character, lower low, and the previous 4-hour high. Right, no continuations there. And on the 30-minute time frame, we had a day of drop yesterday. Today, price ended up giving us a second day of drop, right? So gonna be patient with USDZAR, not gonna be forcing any trades there. And guys, we're almost done. There hasn't really been any questions today, so it's all good. We had a small question on Discord, but I'm gonna do a one-on-one with him, so I'm not gonna put his situation out there. He's not in here either, so there's no point. On gold, daily time frame. Let's see, we have to update any of this. We do. Right, so gold is in peak high territory. We're in the highest point in the market for gold. We're still making higher high, higher low, higher high. So we know that we have to update our daily high. Right, our daily high is now up here. Up here. On the 4-hour time frame, we also have to update our high. Right, we're now trading between this 4-hour high up here. Right, and on the 30-minute time frame, we're making higher high, higher low, higher high, and we'll have to update our 30-minute highs up here. We have 2 days of rise. Could we expect a 372? 100%. Now the only thing with this 372, again, I would love to see price give me a pullback to then continue the push to the top side. Right now we're at a higher high. I don't want to take a trade going long at a higher high. I want to wait for a higher low to be set. Once a higher low is set, then I'll start trading to go into a higher high. So right now, just going to take a step back from gold as well. We're going to keep an eye on it. We're going to watch it tomorrow morning during the live trading session. Bitcoin, we're in level 3, right? We had push number 1, level 1, V1, first zone of consolidation. Push number 2, level 2, V2, second zone of consolidation. And then price gave us push number 3 into level 3, right? Once we made these highs, we could see that price is just consolidating in these areas. Right, so once again, the easiest trades to take are always going to be at the bottom of the zone of consolidation going long, right? But before we could take these trades, we need to see change of characters and break of structures. Do we have any engulfing candles? Nothing in the daily. In the 4-hour, nothing here at the bottom. We have a bearish engulfing candle. We can see that price in the 4-hour is also still giving us higher high, higher low, higher high. Could this be higher low to continue into a higher high? Absolutely. In the 1-hour time frame, is this a valid engulfing candle? Let's see if that red candle has a bottom wick. Probably a very small one. Yeah, it has a small small bottom wick. Right, so I'm gonna mark this one up. Right, red, red, green. 1-hour engulfing. And on the 30-minute time frame, we had a day of rise yesterday, and then today price gave us a day of drop. So no continuations, right? Gonna wait and see what price wants to do at these engulfing candles before we could continue that push to the top side, right? And on the 30-minute, we're still trading lower low, lower high, lower low. So again, I don't want to get trapped into any of these trades going long, especially because this could be a lower high to continue into a lower low. So we're gonna be very patient with Bitcoin as well. Then the last pair for the night, guys, oil. Right, oil, we are in A1. We're in the first zone of consolidation. We're at the bottom of the zone of consolidation in a downtrend. So we already know this is not the best spot to look for a trade. Right, before we could look for a trade, I need to see a change of character. I need to see a break of structure. I need to see continuations, whether the continuations are in the daily, the 4 or the 30-minute time frame. In the 4-hour, we just had a change of character higher high, right, from lower low, lower high, lower low. Then price consolidated here at the bottom, and then gave us a push to the top side to give us a higher high change of character. Right, so right now we know we had a bearish engulfing candle, right, going short, looking for price to give me that retest, right? And on the 30-minute time frame, let's take a look. We had a day of drop yesterday. Price was giving us lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high, and then price went down and gave us a change of character, lower low. So we know that we're trading between this 30-minute high up here and these 30-minute lows down here. Do we have any engulfing candles going short? Nothing in the 30, nothing in the 1, and the 4-hour. We just have this one. So oil is going to definitely be one to keep a very close eye on. No continuations. We had a day of drop yesterday. Today price gave us a day of rise. So we're just going to wait it out. Once price gets into our engulfing candle zone, this is where we'll start looking to take those trades going back down to the bottom. So as of right now, the only two pairs that look kind of clean, still kind of waiting to see if price wants to give us a pullback or not before we could look for an entry, is going to be EU and GU. But as of right now, that's pretty much it, guys. Any questions, let me know. The ones who are going to be watching the recording, please let me know if you guys have any questions. We'll do a one-on-one, or we'll talk about it during tomorrow's live trading session in the morning. Again, we do everything here is completely free, guys. Our live trading sessions Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 10:30 a.m. completely free Monday through Friday. Our isolation sessions Monday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. completely free. We do our weekly market breakdown on Sundays, again completely free. One-on-one sessions completely free. Our Discord is completely free, so make sure you guys take advantage of that. Join our Discord, and that's pretty much it, guys. Again, any questions for the people who are going to be watching the recording, just let me know, and we will go over that tomorrow morning or whenever you guys are free. I have a one-on-one session on Thursday at 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. So if you guys want to request a one-on-one session after that or another day after that, right, Friday or even on the weekend, let me know. Saturday I won't be. I know for sure I won't be available Sunday, so I won't be able. I already had to deny a one-on-one session for Sunday. Sunday I'm not gonna be available at all. So make sure you guys request your one-on-one sessions for any time this week. Just let me know and I'll give you the best time. That's pretty much it, guys. Have a good rest of your night. We'll speak to you guys tomorrow morning for the live trading session. Peace out.